This is Yusef here, and I was moving some stuff today out of a section that was just crammed with stuff, and I had basically lost all my materials from YusefAlTahirs. I was never a party member. It was very hard and very secretive to become a party member of YusefAlTahirs, and if you're talking to them, you don't know them, that they are them, but I did know two of them. I think two of them. Actually, I'm pretty sure of it. By the way, to the person asking about Syria, I won't mention the name, but I am Syrian. My religion is based out of Damascus. I know people who have direct contact with Syria. Again, if you find a way to disable the lock, I'll send you a video about Bashar al-Assad. And I'm also going to make videos for you about Bashar al-Assad. But this is what I found. This is one of the things that we read and we went by. It's this Islamic ruling system. There were also it wasn't a magazine, it was just paper. It was like 6-7 pieces of paper folded, and it was called California. This is published by Islamic Dawah Center. I don't know if this would be considered terrorist literature now, after 9/11. But it goes in and it cites the Islamic sources in the Quran. In my other video I said Muslims prayed 7 times a day. I didn't even realize I said that. I misspoke. The Sunnis pray 5. In the Quran it says to pray 3, which is what Eastern Orthodoxy does. And the Eastern Orthodox pray facing Jerusalem. And Muhammad prayed facing Jerusalem until apparently the angel Gabriel moved his shoulder to face the Kaaba. So they were initially praying facing Jerusalem in the form of Orthodoxy. Now, this is very strange. In the transitioning to Lent, when we change from white into purple, the Lenten colors, the prostrations are identical to the Muslims. And when we greet each other and forgive each other, and they say, brother forgive me, and you say, I forgive, and Christ forgives, say to the other person, and then you hug them 3 times each, sometimes kiss cheek 3 times. When the Muslims say Eid Mubarak, they hug 3 times. It's identical. I mean, there's so much that is taken from Orthodoxy into Islam. The stylites with the pillars, same. It's where the minarets came from. The mosques that are modeled after Hagia Sophia. The Blue Mosque is actually modeled directly after Hagia Sophia and made just a little bit bigger, I think. And many of the mosques are, I said the Dome of the Rock, it's not. I meant to say Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Well, we used to say masjid. Mosque, it was a Western term. Masjid is what we'd say. And instead of Ramadan, it would always be Ramazan. But I think that was a Pakistani thing, because there's mostly Pakistanis at the masjid that I went to. And it was an Islamic foundation before they had the big mosque with the big minaret and everything. I don't know if they ever completed the minaret. Like I said, I stopped being a Muslim in 2001, not after 9/11, before 9/11. It was in February 2nd or 3rd of 2001 that I actually wound up severing it. But I still, it's funny, I would still call myself a Muslim, and I'd still defend Islam vehemently, and I was still for an Islamic State. I mean, it's very strange. It wasn't until about 2000 2005, 2006 that I started to actually get past it, and was when after I was in Orthodoxy, but I was still very pro-Muslim, anti-West, and it took me a while to get out of it. But yeah, this was one of the publications, and Hizb ut-Tahrir was recruiting, and I believe Hizb ut-Tahrir is the purest form of Quranic Islam. I can't say that they're a terrorist group. I cannot say that. So some of the people that were studying with to kind of prep for the party or whatever, it was we'd always go to Taco Bell and get bean burritos, just the beans, because there's no halal meat, and we'd talk about Islam and different political organizations, but it was always preconceived. I mean, these are all Muslims, that the Islamic State is the best way, and we need to get back to the Islamic State, and that there's no Islamic State right now. These are people I love, and I still love, and I would take a bullet for them. I don't think these Muslims are bad people. Although the last time I saw one of them, who was the closest one to me, was very radical and very different. Somebody who should be feared. And I love this man now like a brother, and I haven't seen him in 10 years. I horribly miss all of the Muslims, and I think they're better people than almost any Christians that I meet. But Islam, these people, they do not emulate the image of Muhammad, even though they hold him to be the highest in regard, because Muhammad was a wicked, wicked man who, I mean, you can bring in charge pedophile, adulterer, just the worst, the murderer, torturer, rapist. All these things apply to him. False prophet. But Muslim people, they're beautiful, beautiful people. The ones that I knew, not the KLA, not the Albanians invading Kosovo. We used to say Kosovo, but Kosovo, I guess, is the more Serbian way to say it. But yeah, I don't know if this is considered terrorist publication. I don't. But since we live in a free land, I don't think it is. Peace to you. May God save Serbia. And I will make videos on Syria, since it's something near and dear to me, and I ask everybody to pray for those in Syria. And compels you, write your congressman to lay off the pressure from Bashir al-Assad. Bashir al-Assad is getting rid of him is not the solution. Just like in Egypt, the supposed Arab Spring, I mean, it caused the rape. The Muslim men would kidnap Christian women and rape them on videotape, so that they couldn't go back, because that culture was so inculcated with the Islamic honor thing, to even the Christians were affected by it, so the women would have to convert to Islam, then videotape it and blackmail them with it. So the women can remain Christian, but the man is still the head of them, and basically they're property under Islamic law. Although Muslims will argue to the contrary and talk about marriage contracts and things like that, but when you're dealing with a Christian married to a Muslim, and only a man can marry a Christian or a Jew, a Christian or a Jewish man can't marry a Islamic woman, a Muslim woman. Muslim women are only for Muslim men, but Muslim men can take Christian and Jewish wives. So, please pray for Serbia and Syria. And may God protect all the people everywhere. We should never forget the suffering Christians all around the world, or anybody who suffers. Peace to you. May God save Serbia. Kosovo is Serbia. That's just a little bit about my Islamic background and Islam in general, both past and present. Member of his, but they're here. And if you're talking to them, you don't know them, that they are them. But I did know two of them. I think two of them. Actually, I'm pretty sure of it. By the way, find a way to disable the lock. I'll send you a video about Bashir al-Assad. And I'm also going to make videos for you about Bashir al-Assad. But this is what I found. This is one of the things that we read and we went by. It's this Islamic ruling system. There were also this. It wasn't a magazine. It was just paper. It was like 6-7 pieces of paper folded, and it was called California. Caliph. This is Yusef here. And I was moving some stuff today out of a section that was just crammed with stuff. And I had basically lost all my materials from YusefAlTahirs. I was never a party member. It was very hard and very secretive to become a party. To the person asking about Syria, I won't mention the name, but I am Syrian. My religion is based out of Damascus. I know people who have direct contact with Syria. Again, if you find